This is James Page with Inca TV here in the Grand Hall at the Inca Conference 2022, and I'm really pleased to say we've managed to get a little bit of time with the conference chair, Ros Singleton. Ros, thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time. What a magnificent venue we've had for this year's conference.
It is utterly glorious. I couldn't believe it walking up to it in the sunshine yesterday, and the sunshine coming through the stained glass has just been lovely, really nice.
And it is a marvellous venue. Everyone is suggesting so. But we've packed in quite a lot of people, quite a lot of discussions. I think we've had a few hundred people.
I believe the numbers that booked at least were 370, which is really substantial. And I think probably our most successful conference yet, which reflects actually the maturing of the industry at the moment.
Absolutely, and lots of topics being discussed. There's been this main room here, and there's sessions going on elsewhere in the exhibition, and it's impossible to try and cover everything for you, I know, but I think some of the main things that maybe you talked about in your opening address is how the maturity of the sector and where we've moved from a fundraising stage to a deployment stage, but maybe there's been some discussion about then what happens next here, or what have you picked up over the last couple of days?
I think what has been interesting is certainly last year we were talking very much still about fundraising and relatively small businesses. I think there's a sort of set of businesses which are now older and more mature, and some of the last of the businesses, I suppose, which are getting funded and starting off now, which are learning from them. And so the industry as a whole is showing a little bit more maturity. And I do think as well our faces are turning to the future a bit, in the sense of, it's not just about passing homes, it's about penetration, it's about how important that is. It's actually about operations a little bit as well. And certainly consolidation has been mentioned more than once. And I think that's possibly the elephant in the room, if you like, especially for those of us old enough to remember the 90s.
Yeah, consolidation, I can remember it's been spoken about for a little while. It seems to be one of those things that everyone's got a slightly different date on when it's going to happen, but it's still being discussed.
It's kind of like waiting for tin food to go off in that sense. You can write as many dates down as you like, but you're never going to be really sure until you open the lid and have a look. I think there's a lot of factors that are going to affect that, and the current issues in the markets around cost of capital and actually just the general turbulence will impact it quite strongly. But equally, there are a number of portfolio players in the market who are very invested, and I think there's going to be some interesting pressures that come to bear. And certainly from the perspective of the leaders of the businesses, there are some decisions to make about how you provide the best environment for the people that work for you and for your customers.
Okay, fantastic. Well, obviously lots have been spoken about in the last couple of days, and I know lots of discussions will carry on when everybody leaves this place, but we'll let you get back to it. I know you're busy, but thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time.
Always a pleasure.